Hey, what's up, everyone? Today, I just want to talk to you about something special and something I believe in is improvement and it's personal improvement. For me, one of the things I try to focus on the most is trying to improve myself in every way possible in all aspects of life, whether it's money, whether it's relationships, whether it's just with myself and being a better person with like skills, with communication, with giving, and learning. I'm always trying to do the best choice when it comes to living life. And when you're ever going to come across something that's tempting to do that you know it's not good for you, just think: is it good? Is it beneficial in the long run? Ask yourself, why am I doing this to begin with? Why am I gonna drink, or why am I gonna uh, do some dumb stuff, or like eat something very unhealthy? Like if you're thinking of ever trying a drug, uh, could become addicting at some point, like cigars, marijuana. People say it's not addicting, but you could become dependent on it. I hear people they smoke pretty often, and I don't see it being a productive thing. Besides, instead of smoking, why not use that time to do something that's probably more beneficial? And smoking does take money. It does cost money. Uh, why not use that money to invest? Why not use that money to buy a book? Why not use that money to do buy something you actually need, like groceries, something for school, and so on. So if you do find yourself in that kind of situation where you're just tempted, it could be any kind of temptations. There's so many temptations out there that are just not good for you. Just think about the problem. Think about like what would happen if I do it, and what's the kind of things that are affected. Is my relationships with people gonna be affected? Is my chances of being successful gonna be affected? Um, is your happiness gonna be affected in the future? Is your health going to be affected? Are you doing harm to your body? For instance, even these temptations, they could affect everything. For example, doing drugs, even as simple as cigars. It's for me. If I start doing it, I'm gonna start smelling like cigar. It's gonna be something, I will become addicted to. I'm gonna, be so dependent on it instead of addressing maybe a deeper issue that's causing me to smoke. I'm just gonna, harm myself, my lungs. Um, I'm gonna be a disturbance to the public because the smoke's just getting everywhere, and they're not gonna be comfortable around the smoke. It's kind of nasty. Um, you're probably gonna like somebody that doesn't like people who smoke, and your chances of finding somebody you like are slimmer. Um, and if you're smoking, you're probably not, again, addressing an issue that's important. um, you know Smoking could be a way of dealing with anxiety, or some other kind of personal issue. And if you can address that personal issue, maybe, I'm not a addiction expert or anything like that, but I think that addressing that root cause of you smoking is a better way to target that bad habit. For instance, for me, I have a very, a huge sweet tooth, so I'll eat candy. I would eat candy like crazy, so I have like 10 cavities, um, or I think like 13 cavities from when I was a little kid. I would eat candy like crazy, and even in college, I would eat a bag of Sour Patches a day, instead of studying, and that would ruin my chances of. So what happened was, I'll eat the Sour Patch bag, and then I hope you can hear me. It's windy. So I'll eat that Sour Patch bag, and then I won't be able to study because that sugar would cause me to actually get into a food coma, and it would affect my performance, and then it affect my grades, and then the root cause of me getting that candy was that I didn't have a purpose for studying. I didn't feel like studying was for me, so I was just doing something that was not my passion. Maybe the better thing was to pursue some other type of degree right away, and which I eventually did, and that did help. Um, and it kind of, made me go on a different route, a better route for myself. Uh, started eating less candy when I changed my major, and like I ended up finding ways to be healthier. So I was tired of being this like kind of chunky kid. I was not chunky, but I was not looking great. I was not healthy and fit. So I want to make a change. So I started looking up stuff on how to be healthy, and so trying to be healthy has made a big difference in me, and it has made me conscious of what I choose to do. So being healthy or choosing to be healthy has also led me to choose to be healthy in other aspects of my life and improve other aspects of my life, such as finances and what I want for myself in the future. So now I'm just not just thinking about my health, I'm thinking about how I can build wealth, how I can find love, how I can, you know, be happy essentially. If you already have a bad habit, I also think of like, well, what happens if you don't stop? Where is your life gonna end up? Is it gonna just go downhill, down the drain? I mean, that's actually probably the only thing that's gonna happen. You're just going downhill from there, and you lose relationships. You lose your chances of ever becoming somebody that you want to truly become in life, and your odds are diminished. Your odds of being happy are diminished. So, try to just think of those scenarios in your head, like, man, that's not where I want to be, and it's gonna be a painful thought and process to go through, but it's something to be aware of and realize, like, I don't want to end up being in that situation, and you probably currently are already in this situation, and like start doing small improvements. That's all you need. Do those small improvements, and by realizing and imagining yourself in a better place, that itself can help you. So that's what I recommend to people. Visualize yourself where you want to be, how you want to be, um, where do you want your health to be, where do you want your finances to be, where do you want your relationships to be, and define how, what would really make you happy. Having all those other three things aligned would probably make you a happier person, and you would avoid, those bad habits. Now you would choose to do good for yourself, and so resist, every type of temptation. Every time you resist something that's bad for you, and you are winning a battle, and it's just a matter of practicing resisting, and eventually you stop smoking for 2 days, then you gave in, you try again, you stop smoking for 3 days, you gave in, you try again, and eventually a week, you give in, and then a month, you give in, you start smoking again, but you try again and keep going, and the number of days you smoked or did a drug or other bad habit throughout the year becomes less, and the next year you're like, I'm gonna do that bad habit even less this year. If I do it, I mean, I'm not aiming to do it, but if it happens, I'm gonna try even harder not to do it next time. But I don't know if this is gonna help. For me, when it comes to candy, I would walk on the candy aisle and I would just be like, I'm just not gonna get any of these. I'm good. I'm good. Like, it felt good to like resist all those things. So I think that's all I have for today. It's nothing special. Just a simple little video on avoiding bad habits and going towards who you want to be in life, and you're reaching that most improved version of yourself. And it's cliche to say, but it's ideal, and a lot of people would be better off, absolutely be better off, choosing to be doing the things that are just simply good for them. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Just, it's a better form of living, You know, I'm not a psychologist or anything, but for me, you know, I remember being in those times where it's just dark and like you just feel bored and or useless. And the truth is, you know, that's another point. Like if you feel useless, it's probably for a reason. I felt useless for a reason. I was useless. I was not building a skill for myself. I didn't know nothing. I couldn't provide value for anybody. Honestly, like back then, I wouldn't go out with myself. Like what the heck? Like whoever would be my friend is probably not gonna get much from me. It's not gonna benefit from being my friend back in the day. And you know, now it's like, you know, I want to be somebody that I can provide value, and like I'm always improving myself now, and it's great and it's like awesome, and it's hard work, it's practice, it's a long process, and it's still continuing, it's still going, it's still happening, and it's going to continue to the rest of my life till I die. It's a lifestyle, basically. What I'm saying is, you know, the the life of being better every day is a lifestyle, and it's a process of wisening, I guess. I don't know if that's a word, but it's a process. And yeah, I'll leave you all with that. So see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.